Hello everyone and welcome to another tutorial. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this poncho right here. I included the process of me making this in my previous vlog, but I feel like people can't be bothered to watch my vlogs and they just want a tutorial, so here it is. I'm not even gonna lie, this is probably going to be the quickest tutorial that I ever film because this is literally just a rectangle. I was originally just planning to film a quick Instagram reel or TikTok tutorial for this top, so I started remaking it in black just to make the tutorial easier and quicker. But I put a poll on my Instagram and a lot of people actually wanted a YouTube video for it, so unfortunately black is a bit of an annoying color, so I hope you can see what I'm doing. Luckily for this tutorial you don't actually need to know where I'm putting my stitches at all because it's literally just a rectangle. There's no increases, no decreases, super simple. Not even any stitching. This is literally made in one piece. So hopefully you can follow along with this tutorial. I will include a written pattern for this as usual in the description, and yeah, let's get into it. For this top, I used a DK weight yarn. You can use any DK weight yarn. This one is made with paint box, which I will link in my description. And this black one, I'm using the Daramore's Studio Cotton DK. Excuse the ball of yarn, it's so messed up, so the tag came off, but that's what I'm using for the black one. I will link the yarn that I use in my description if you want to use the same one as me, but you could even use any kind of yarn if you wanted to. And for the hook, I use a 10mm hook. If you are using a thicker yarn, then I would recommend sizing up your hook, but it depends on what vibe you want. Honestly, you can use any hook and any yarn. It's just the general shape that we're going for. So I've taken off the top just to show you how it's generally made, but if I open it up, as you can see, it's literally a rectangle with a hole in the middle. So I will show you how I made this. First things first, I need to rewind this ball of yarn because it completely unwound in my bag. Okay, so I finally wound up my yarn and I'm gonna make a foundation double crochet. You don't have to use a foundation double crochet. If you want, you can just do a chain and then double crochet back into it. But I'm gonna make a foundation chain that is the length of my wingspan. So from here all the way to my other wrist. I've already made this before, so I know exactly how many to foundation double crochet. So for me, I did 103. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 103 foundation double crochets, and I will let you know how long it ends up being, so you have a reference if you need. So I'm gonna start by doing a foundation double crochet. And as I've mentioned in my previous videos before, I don't really go into depth of how to do all the different stitches. So if you don't know how to do any of these stitches, I recommend you learn first, but all you need for this tutorial is just double crochet and chain. So I'm going to do a foundation double crochet and I'm going to do 103 stitches. So I'm going to keep doing my foundation double crochet and I'll meet back with you when I've done 103. So I've done 103 foundation double crochets, and for reference it comes out to roughly 130 cm when laid flat. And now for the second row, I'm just going to chain 2. I'm going to turn my work over, and now all I'm going to do is just a row of double crochets, and that's it for the entire pattern. So for the next row, I'm just going to do double crochets, and I'm going to insert my hook into the very first stitch there, as I don't count my chain 2s as stitches, but this is just personal preference, so you can do whatever you like. So I'm just going to do 1 double crochet in each double crochet until the end of the row. So I'm coming towards the end of my second row. I'm going to do my last few double crochets. So that is my second row finished, and as I mentioned, it's literally just a row of double crochets, no increases or decreases. So hopefully it's not too hard to understand what I'm doing with the black yarn. So yeah, I'm going to keep repeating rows of this double crochet until I reach the length that I want for the front of my top, which I have magically already done right here. So I've done 20 rows of the double crochet. So this is literally just a big rectangle, nothing fancy. And this is what it looks like when I kind of put it against myself for reference. So it kind of reaches just about my ribs. If you want yours to be longer, obviously do as many rows as you'd like, but I kind of like this length, so I'm going to keep it here. So for the next row, I'm going to show you how I do the neck hole, and that's pretty much all you need to know. And then the back is just the exact same as the front. So to do the neck hole, you might want to grab some stitch markers, and what I did to figure out how big I wanted it to be was I just held it up against my body and then placed 2 stitch markers around my neck just to know how big the hole should be. And then I counted how big that hole is and made sure that there was just an equal number of stitches on both sides. So if I needed to like shift it up or down, then I just kind of moved the stitch markers along. So I'm going to make this one the same as my original top. So I marked out 41 stitches from both sides to make the neck hole. So I'll just mark it out and then show you what that looks like. So I've counted 41 stitches from the end to here, and I've placed my stitch marker, and I'm going to do the same from the other side. So I've marked out 41 stitches from both sides, and this is how big it is on me. Of course, if you want your neck hole to be bigger, then leave more stitches in the middle, but this I found was a good length for me. So now that you've got your stitch markers to mark out how big you need the neck to be, I'm going to show you how to make the actual neck hole. So for this row, instead of doing a double crochet all the way along, we're going to start at the edge of our piece, and we're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch until we reach the first stitch marker. And then however many stitches you left in this gap here, that's the number of chains you're going to do from this stitch marker all the way to this stitch marker, and then you're going to continue double crocheting from here until the very end. So just to show you what that looks like, I'm going to start my next row. And I'm going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch until I reach my first stitch marker. So I'm nearly at my stitch marker. I'm going to do my last few stitches. I'm going to do my last double crochet into that stitch with the stitch marker. So for my neck hole, I left 21 stitches, so I'm going to do a chain of 21, but you should do whatever amount of stitches you left for your neck. So I'm going to chain 21. And you want to make these relatively loose. You don't want these to be too tight, otherwise it will be shorter than this length here. So now that I've done 21 chains, I'm going to find my stitch marker and put a double crochet into that stitch. I'm going to take the stitch marker out. And then I'm going to keep doing 1 double crochet in each stitch until the end of my row. So once you're done with that row, you should have something that kind of looks like this. So your top with a hole in the middle. And at this point, I would recommend trying it on to see whether it's the right size. So this is what mine looks like when I try it on. And I recommend making your neck hole just a little bit smaller than what you actually want it to be, because over time the top will like stretch, and as you wash it and wear it, the neck hole will become a bit looser. So if it fits perfectly right now, I would recommend adding like 1 or 2 more stitches on both sides, just so that as time goes on, it does eventually stretch to be the perfect size, because I feel like it's better to have it a bit smaller at the start than too big at the end, if that makes sense. So now for the next row, I'm going to again repeat these rows of double crochets. And when I get to the chain part, I'm going to put 1 double crochet in each chain and then continue double crocheting all the way until the end. So just to show you what that looks like, I'm going to start my row as normal by chaining 2, turning my work, and then doing 1 double crochet in each stitch. So I've reached the chain portion of my top, and again, just to show you, I'm going to do 1 double crochet in each chain. Because we're using such a big hook and such a skinny yarn, it's kind of hard to tell like what exactly is a chain, but honestly it doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of insert your hook into whatever looks like a chain. And I'm going to keep adding a double crochet in each chain and then double crochet along all the way until the end of the row. So I've just finished doing that row, and this is what it looks like. And now I'm just going to keep repeating rows of double crochet along the entire thing like we did for the front until I reach the length that I want for the back piece. So I did 20 rows for the front, so I'm probably going to end up doing around 22 rows for the back just because I want the back to be a little bit longer. So I'm going to get to crocheting. I'm going to do 22 rows in total, and I'll see if that's enough, and then I will show you what it looks like in the end. But basically, once you've done enough rows for the back, then you're pretty much done with the top. So I finished crocheting the top and this is what it looks like. It's freaking huge. I did end up doing 22 rows for the back, so it is a little bit longer. You could, if you wanted to, stitch up the front and the back like either that way or this way if you do want to make some distinct armholes. However, I kind of like mine a bit more free and flowy, so I'm just going to leave it like this. But if you do want to stitch it up like that, it would help the top stay in place better, because it can tend to move around a little bit, but I really don't mind. But yeah, that is literally it for the tutorial. It was super easy. As I said, just a rectangle with a hole in it. So hopefully you could understand the tutorial, even though I chose a very silly color of yarn to use. I apologize. I wasn't planning to make like a full YouTube video for this, so if you do have any questions or need any help, obviously leave a comment or message me on Instagram and I will try to reply and help out. I also did film a little mini TikTok version of this tutorial. If you want to like save it and have easy access to it on your phone, you can find it on my TikTok, which I will link in the description. But as usual, if you do make this top, please tag me. I love to see it and I hope you enjoy crocheting and I shall see you in the next video. Bye!